I had a massive hobby block, but I turned it around and I turned it into something useful. I got finally comfortable using the airbrush, and I did it using a super boring task. If you want to know more, let me show you. Hey guys, and welcome to The Bear and the Brush. Today we're gonna be talking about hobby block, what I actually wanted to do for a video, and how I got comfy using the airbrush doing something really boring like priming. I'm gonna tell you about this a little bit later. First of all, let's jump into the hobby block. Why did I have a hobby block? Well, I tried making a video. I actually tried making a lot of videos, but I didn't get anywhere with it. So I became frustrated, and as you can see, it's about 3 months since I made the last video. And that sucks because I love this hobby and I love doing videos for you guys. So let's take a look why I actually failed producing videos. First of all, there's this massive project I have going on, creating an army for the dice factory. And that got kind of scary. I mean, I grabbed all the stuff now and I prepared it and I'm working on the project now because I got over my hobby block. But things are a bit more complicated. So what did I want to show you in the first place? So the first thing I wanted to do is tell you about these new Vallejo paints. And I enjoy them immensely. They are great to work with. It's a new game color range and they do incredible stuff. They are quite opaque. They do some nice color shifting, I guess, when you use them on a zenithal or on slapchop prepared minis. They are great, but the video got nowhere because I got eager and I wanted to tell you about undershading. And then this bust came in. And as you can see, nothing much going on here because it's just started. I used some undershading on it and I didn't get nowhere with it, so project scrapped. The next thing I wanted to paint and to show you stuff with is a new painting technique I wanted to try out. And I failed at that technique. I wanted to paint this Death Guard guy here and I wanted to show you a super cool new way of painting, but I couldn't manage doing it. I finally, after I got comfy with the airbrush, got over my hobby block and then painted this guy here. And I think he turned out quite amazing. I really enjoyed painting this mini. I really enjoyed the new painting technique I wanted to try out. I will tell you about it in a future video, but this was just great to paint. So first of all, a big thank you to all my patrons. The ones that have been a patron, and of course, especially to the ones that are a patron right now. Your support really helps me getting into this stuff again, working on my hobby stuff and just enjoying it, producing videos, making fun paint jobs. And of course, if you want to support me, a like, a share, a comment always helps. Also, there are a lot of links in the description that could get you a few percentages off of stuff like Monument Hobbies, Into the AM and others. And of course, this is at no additional cost to you. I just get a small kickback from it. Right now, I own 2 Harder and Steenbeck airbrushes. One is at the booth, which is for priming, clear coating, getting huge base coats on because there is something that sucks out all the paint and blows it into my garden, which is quite helpful. The other one is right at my desk with a small needle, low pressure, and I can use it at my desk for stuff like details. But I was never comfortable using an airbrush. It was a tool that has kept a lot of mysteries and a lot of stuff didn't work out the way I wanted to. So combining that with a hobby block and things that kind of frighten you or hinder you doing stuff that you like, that's a bad combination. So how did I get over that? Well, first of all, I sat down and knocked out every freaking mini I own. I built everything and I'm going to show you my collection later in the video. But everything I own is built and primed. And that's the magic, priming. But Bear, how am I going to learn to use the airbrush with just priming, you may ask? Well, simple. You just do. So the first thing that will help you getting comfy with the airbrush is repetition. And well, when you build like, I don't know how many 100 minis and prime them, you will get a lot of repetition with your airbrush. And at some point, this will turn into being quite boring. And then you start experimenting. And if you start experimenting right away, you can skip the boring part and skip priming a lot of minis like I did, like a maniac, just priming and priming and priming. And you will get to experimenting. So what is this thing going to do? How is my pressure affecting my paint? How can I be really precise with my airbrush? The second thing is security. Because fresh primer, at least the primer that I use, and that's the Monument Hobbies one, is quite easy to get rid of just when you sprayed it on, or even half an hour later with simple airbrush cleaner. So if you really screw up a model, no biggie, just throw it in a jar with airbrush cleaner, rinse it, scrub it with a toothbrush, and you're good to go. And I just had to do this once because I laid the primer on too thick. So you got repetition, which helps you getting to know your tool, and you have the perfect playground that you can't screw up because you're not working on a good paint job right now. You're just priming miniatures. And if you fail, it's easy to remove everything. So what's the next step? Taking a look at pressure and how it alternates the way the paint flows out of the airbrush. First thing I did, played around with the pressure. I played around with the consistency because I added just a little bit of airbrush thinner to make the paint a little bit more diluted, or make the primer a little bit more diluted. And then of course the trigger. I worked on my trigger and tried to really get precise working the trigger and not using the stop in the back of the airbrush that much. And now comes the most important part, futzing around. So you're comfy, you're secure, you played around a bit, and now it's time to futz around. You take your blank miniature, nothing on it, no primer on it, and you try to get precise. Just paint the sword, getting nearly to no overspray. Try that a few times on a few minis. Just aim at the head, just prime the shoulder pad. You can do the rest later, or you can just play around and then prime the whole mini. I tried different methods like spraying a lot of paint from afar, getting good coverage on the mini, and then just precisely getting all the cracks and crevices that did not get painted or primed. So I got really precise doing more repetition. And it really worked. I know it's a super boring task to go out there and build all your freaking minis and then prime all your freaking minis. But you know what the good part is? If I want to paint stuff, I'm just going to my case over there and I grab it. It's amazing. I'm overflowing with ideas and I'm not blocked with, oh, I need to build this stuff first. Oh, I need to prime this stuff first. No, I get it and I paint it. Other things I did just with primer were trying to lay a filter over the miniature. It's gray, so trying with a black filter, you need to thin it down, you need to get your pressure right, you need to get your trigger right, and then you just try a good filter over a special part of the miniature. So you get your aim down, you get your dilution down, you just collect a lot of experience. And that ultimately led me to really enjoy airbrushing now. And that led me to trying airbrushing on this miniature with a fully finished paint job. But I then went in and got this nice OSL effect from both sides. And I love this mini. I really enjoyed painting this mini and I really love the paint job that I did on this mini. Was this a stupid way to get comfy with my airbrush? Yeah. Was it a fun, productive way and a way of feeling secure while doing it? Definitely. I learned so much and I have two huge advantages to take out from this endeavor. First of all, I can paint whatever I want, whenever I want, now. And second of all, of course, I am super comfortable with my airbrush and I know my tool inside out now. Is this way for you? I don't know. Do you need to prime hundreds of miniatures to get to this point? Probably not. But if you know about this and start right away, I bet you can get comfy with the airbrush in just a few miniatures and not doing hundreds of them like I did. Since there's no epic reveal in this video today, I will show you the paint job I finished on this miniature, and then I will show you my collection, which is mostly unpainted for a good part, but I'm kind of proud of it and I wanted to show it off. So please enjoy this. If you see something and think, well, it would be cool if you would be doing this as a project, please comment or contact me. I'm absolutely open for project ideas and I really want to do stuff you guys want to see. So hit me up, and now let's take a look at my collection. So this video was a bit different than normal. But it helped me getting back into the hobby, getting back into miniature painting, and getting back into content creation that is for me. I mean, I do it at work, but this is content creation I just do for myself and for you guys. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, come back, watch another video, like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. And for now, I hope to see you soon here on The Bear and the Brush. Bye guys.